All right. I figured today was a good day to tell my story. I know many people probably wonder how I got to where I am, and this long story, but I'm gonna give you just a short version of it. I reckon to start out when I was a kid. I pretty much, for the most part, I grew up in church. If my parents didn't take me themselves, they made sure I got there for the most part. So as I became an adult, I had a good understanding of God and what Jesus did for us, and I believed that I hadn't been saved yet. And then we'll skip ahead to shortly after I graduated. I got married right out of high school to somebody I didn't really love. I cared for her, but I didn't love her. The marriage was really a sham. It didn't last long, and at the end of it, when I was at my bottom, my cousin, her and her husband, they were there for me through it all, and they were good Christian people, and they kind of led me to go to church with them. I went a few times, and I kept fighting that urge. I couldn't stay in that pew, so I went to that altar and I gave myself to Christ. And shortly after that, the devil, he put all my friends on me, everybody he could. He pulled me harder than he ever did before, and for the most part, he was winning. I watched my friends go deeper into darkness to finally, I couldn't follow them anymore. I distanced myself from my friends, and I started kind of being alone a lot. And, I prayed through it all. I didn't go to church and do what I was supposed to do. I didn't follow His word. I didn't follow His will. I tried to do my own thing. I tried to do it all on my own for a long time. And then many years went by me living like this. I was living a good life. I wasn't doing any terrible things. I give up alcohol. I even gave up smoking at some point. I was living a decent life. I threw myself into work, gave everything I had to work. And I kept praying for happiness. I didn't have it. Then my wife, Charlie, came into the picture. And we got married, and we didn't go to church. I knew we needed to be there, but I kept fighting it. And then we had trouble having children, and we prayed and we prayed. We prayed to find one another, and we found that, and then we prayed to have a child, and we had trouble. We had a miscarriage, and so on and so forth. Lots of trips to the doctors. And then our little miracle came into this world. His name's Eli. And with that miracle came a promise. The night he was born, I promised the Lord that I would serve Him and I'd have my family in church. Once again, I fell short on my end, and self seemed to be bigger than my love for God. And so we didn't. We kept praying and living a decent life, like I said. Wasn't doing a lot of wrongs. But then, that don't get you to heaven either. Just as works don't get you there, not doing bad don't get you there either. Then Jace came along. And when we had Jace, we'd tried church. We'd tried church before Eli was born. And we just couldn't find our place. The Lord spoke to me, spoke to my heart, and told me to get in church somewhere that was good for the whole family. And despite I didn't think Barron was going to be any good for us, we went to this big church in the middle of nowhere called Barron. And we found that place. It was good for the children. It was good for us. I rededicated my life to God. And I had the urgency to be at church every chance I could afford to and could make it there. And I watched our kids flourish in this church. I watched my wife find God going into this church. We were both baptized the same day. And since then, we have that happiness that we prayed for and we urged God to give to us. He put it on our hearts, and now that we're serving Him, our lives have became more fruitful than they ever have. And so then come what we're doing now. He put the urgency on our heart, and He used a little country pastor, Sunday school teacher, His Word, and many conversations with various saints in my daily life that spoke to my heart, that led me to do what I'm doing now. We sold our house and a good bit of our belongings, and we pull our RV around behind our pickup truck around the United States, and we're serving others in need. We're spreading the good news of Christ. Even Eli and Jace have a ministry with their little cross-cut pennies, where I'm doing construction, rebuilding houses, and some of them are new houses for people that are in need. Some of them have lost everything they've had to floods and tornadoes and maybe even wildfires in the future to come, but mudslides, who knows. Wherever God sends us, we're going. Where we're going to be at in 5 years, I don't know, but I pray that I'm still following His will and He's guiding my footsteps, as I know He will.